What's up guys, welcome back to McLaren Media. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to replace the water pump and the alternator on a Focus ST170. And just before we start, I will say, if you haven't already, go and watch my timing belt changing video. And the reason I say this is because this is almost like a part 2 to that video, because to get to these two components you do have to remove the vast majority of the timing gear and the timing gear covers. So go and watch that video first, get to a stage where you can sort of see the timing belt completely, and then come back and watch this video, because like I just said, to get to these components you need to do a lot of that job too. They're almost jobs you do together, which is why I've done them together. So let's jump in. So like I just said, if you haven't already, you should first of all go and watch my timing belt replacement video, as the vast majority of this job is getting to the alternator and water pump. And to do that, you need to remove most of the timing covers and pulleys. The alternator on this engine sits at the back of the bay. First, make sure the battery is fully disconnected on both terminals. You'll see two bolts, one on the front and one on the behind. To get to them, we need to remove the brake fluid reservoir. This one 10mm bolt holds it on and then simply unclips, and it can be pulled aside. Now we can undo the two bolts on the alternator. On the back there is a 13mm nut holding on the power wire. And then there is this plug that needs to be unclipped. The alternator can now be pulled out of the bay. The new alternator goes in. It just needs to be located on its two location dowels. And once in place, you can replace the plug and then bolt it back down with the power wire. The two bolts can then be replaced holding the alternator to the engine. And that's it, the alternator is now changed. This is a good job I decided to do while I had everything off, because the old one had never been replaced. So let's move on to the more messy job of the water pump. But before that, I'm putting on a new crank pulley because the old one was absolutely shot to bits. So, the water pump. I won't lie to you, this was a heck of a job because it has never been removed, and after 20 years it was quite literally seized onto the engine. First, underneath the radiator, find this small plug. Unscrew the coolant reservoir and place the bucket underneath the plug. Then you can unscrew it. The coolant will start rushing out and you probably won't catch all of it in the bucket. No one ever does. I'm putting back another bucket underneath the water pump area to catch more fluids. The water pump is held on with four 10mm bolts and they can be accessed easily from below. Once all the bolts are off, this is where the fun begins, because my Haynes manual said to use a bar to lever it off, but this simply was not working. I then got a brace bar and hammer and set about hitting it. You can see by the length of this video how many times I hit it. It did eventually start to come, and once I was able to get a small screwdriver in between the flange, and do be careful not to damage the aluminium of the house of the water pump, I could just lever it straight off and it came free. Lowering the engine down the jack allows it to fall out, and the replacement is a hell of a lot more straightforward It doesn't require any sealant, so putting it back in place and doing out the bolts is all you need to do. Once on, you just need to fill the car back up with coolant and run the engine with the fans on full heat and the reservoir open. I found this bled the system completely fine. And there we go, guys. That is the, well, timing belt for a start, and obviously the alternator and water pump all changed on my ST170. And you know what? I'm kind of glad I've done it. Bit of context, the alternator was fine, but while I was in there, I just thought I'd change it because for the sake of like 100 quid, it's something that's going to wear out eventually anyway, considering the car's age, and I thought it's better to do it. And judging by the fact it still says Ford on it, it's never been changed. The water pump, again, same story. You know, I deduced that the timing belt was the original, so this water pump, again, is the same, and I know that because it's got Ford written all over it. Really hard thing to come out, very crusty, sort of broken, you know, rotted into the aluminium housing of the engine block, but that's just old parts. It came off eventually. You can see, you know, it was chipped away quite badly where I was hitting it, but it was going in the bin anyway, because even the little gasket around the side is just, it just breaks in your hand. It's all old and terrible, and it did leak a tiny bit. But anyways, guys, I hope you found these videos informative. I hope you found them fun. I hope you can copy and hopefully do them yourselves, because I'm no, well, I've been working on cars a long time. I've never been a formally trained mechanic. First sort of time doing a proper timing belt, and obviously these things as well. So big learning curve for me, but I can say I've been running the car now for a month after I've done these. I filmed these videos ages ago, and the car's been running faultlessly. So hats off to myself. So hopefully you can do it yourself, guys. But like I said, always use them just a guide. Never take what I say as gospel, because you may find things completely different on your car for whatever reason. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Keep enjoying your crusty, rusty, modified cars that you need to continually fix every day just to keep running. But isn't that a whole lot of fun?